Oh, good evening. Welcome to the podcast Stop Crying Poser. Greatest podcast known to man as voted by frogs and other animals across the planet, amphibians, amphibious fish, amphibiamites, and more. We're here. I'm happy to have you guys. I'm happy to be here. So let's start the podcast the same way we always do by shouting out everybody in the chat. Trainwreck, Poon, Kane, Gooch, Stubble, Clip Stuff, Scootin' Ain't a Crime, Venus Die Trap, Zibai, Tampico, Jonathan Harlow, Zillface, Lyocell, Sean Hale, and probably a few more people that I couldn't name. Today is Friday, and I was told last night that it's actually Good Friday, which I think might be something religious. It might have to do with Easter. Whenever I hear Good Friday, I think it's that one where you paint the cross on your head with chalk, but I feel like that's not today. I think that's Ash Ketchum's favorite holiday. I don't fucking know anything about that shit. But what I was thinking about today is Good Friday. Pretty lazy holiday to just think of a name for, right? We have all these other names of holidays. Memorial Day's coming up, Christmas, Easter. And then somebody was just like, hey, let's make this Friday something special. What should we call it? Good? Okay, Good Friday, I guess. It's a Good Friday. Every fucking Friday is good, you lazy bitch. Oh, Poon reminds me, too, that if you guys are watching this live here on Good Friday, that tomorrow is fucking 420. Blaze it, dude. I'm getting fucking lit the fuck up, dude. I got the fucking sativa, dude. I got the fucking blend. I got the fucking CBD, dude. And fucking between me and you, bro, got some fucking salvia from a couple years ago. 500,000 X, dude. I'm about to jump out my fucking window, dude. Fuck it. So yeah, that's what's going on in the world right now. Pretty exciting stuff. If you guys are watching this on Sunday, then hopefully you had a safe 420, and hopefully you had a good Sunday. Or wait, a good Friday. Hope you had a good weekend. Fuck it. Who cares? I don't understand what's going on. But one thing I do understand is how jealous I am that someone won $13 million right here in Las Vegas at Sunset Station. Sunset Station is not a very fancy casino. It's not a fancy establishment. By the way, did you like that transition we just did into the news without mentioning the news or singing a news song? A gambler struck a $13 million megabucks jackpot at Sunset Station on Sunday. The platinum level casino card holder. Now, what that means is this guy spends a shitload of money. So right here they say he played megabucks triple red hot 7 slot machine at 8:28 a.m. with $40. First off, what casual gamer do you know that wakes up at 8:28 to go play megabucks? They don't. This guy was probably gambling since fucking 7 p.m. the day before, and then he walked over to this machine after hitting the ATM for the first 40 times, comes back with $40. Within minutes of playing the $3 maximum bet, the jackpot hit. Station Casino's spokesperson Lori Nelson said via email, $13,154,723. I'm gonna tell you guys this. If I hit $723, that would be the most I've ever won, right? Because the most I have ever hit in one single card or one single play is $700. I bet a dime. I hit 7 out of 7 on a pretty average Keno game. I got $700 right back at me. I got 7,000 dimes, which comes out to $700. Now, I've been close to more. I've been close to $1,700 a million times, but I've never gotten it. So the guy's from Arizona. He asked to remain anonymous. My question is, how is an Arizona man platinum level? Because I also have a Stations Casino card. I am also a degenerate gambler, and I'm like yellow level. Like, my shit doesn't even have like a medal. It would like bronze, silver, gold, platinum. My shit's just yellow. I'm just a fucking yellow member. I don't understand why, how much this guy had to be spending a ton of money. So, as always, we always get to this topic where you win $13 million. And I always like to ask you guys who are currently here in the chat, what is the first 2 or 3 things that you would buy with $13 million? I think I've told you guys this childhood fantasy of mine before. You know, they have foam pits. When I was a kid, I wasn't educated enough to know what a foam pit was. So my foam pit idea was that I would get this is gonna be funny to explain it to you guys, because there was a show about like the Scrooge McDuck or whatever, and he had this giant water tower filled with money, and he would go and swim in it. He would jump in his money pit and swim around. It was on like DuckTales or something like that. And I always imagined I would want that big giant fucking just huge building, just basically just a big tower, and instead of fill it with money, fill it with balls from sweaty men. Now fill it with balls from like McDonald's. So I could have my own foam pit and have a little door at the bottom, jump in, land in this giant fucking ball pit of balls. All my balls would be green too. Fuck all that red, yellow, blue shit. All green balls jumping, brrr, sink to the bottom. I would have been learned how to gainer. Here I am fucking 20 years later, barely can gainer off a cliff into the water. Lyocell says he would buy stocks and bonds. Okay. Trainwreck would pay off his student loans and buy a fucking house. See, you guys are thinking too small. I would buy a house. Okay, cool. A house. What's that going to be? Fucking buy a nice house? $400,000? What are you going to do with the other fucking $12.6 million, you non-creative idiot? Sony Vic said he would buy a home, buy a skate park, and then save. Scootin says he'd buy a house and a car. Sony would buy some skateboards. You guys are just thinking too small, okay? I just watched a documentary the other day about some island out in like Costa Rica or something, the Bahamas. It was called Fire Festival or something. $13 million. I don't know this for sure, but I feel like that's you're getting up there on island money. You might be able to buy on a small island. Maybe the island's only, eighth of a mile long. But we're fucking talking island money. You guys are just buying dumb shit. I'm gonna buy a fucking pack of cigarettes and then I'm gonna put the rest in the bank. No, bitch, you need to fucking spend that shit on something crazy. Ismail said he would donate it all to charity. I'm charity. That's my my stage name is Charity. Donate it all to me, Charity. Write a check to write my real name. But then in the little part where it says what you're writing it for, just write charity. You know, where you'd usually write a date or something. Laos said you can get an island with no clean water or utilities. Yeah, that's where you fucked up, because I have still money left to buy clean water. And also, one thing that you can buy utilities with is money. God damn it, I hate you people. I don't know what I would do with all that money. First off, if we're talking about little shit, I would learn how to skid stop on ice skates. All right, something I can't do. I could probably learn it right now. It would probably cost me $10 to learn it right now, but that just happens to be on my mind because I was watching hockey yesterday. That's the first thing I would do. Go out, learn how to skid stop. If I can't do it myself, I would hire Coach Gallant, Marc-Andre Fleury, William Karlsson, fucking Alex Tuck. I would Ovechkin. I would hire every hockey player I could fucking name. Ryan Reeves. Oh, yeah. They're all coming out, and they're going to teach me how to skid stop. Oh, while I'm at it, I'm going to get a custom Vegas Golden Knights suit made by their personal tailor. A lot of you guys probably have no idea what I'm fucking talking about. Our hockey team is doing pretty well right now, and they show all these little mini documentaries all day long on TV about where these guys get their suits and what they do for fun and what their house looks like. And it's fucking just stuck in my head now, so every time I think about $13 million, I think about getting a pointless fucking custom tailored suit. Anyways, let's move into some real news. Speaking of 420, Carl's Jr. to become the first major fast food chain to sell a cannabis-infused burger. I first found out about this on Facebook, and when I heard this, I thought it was a lie. I don't know why it strikes me as crazy that a big chain would do this. I know it's not illegal in most states, not a big deal, and I think this is pretty chill, but a year ago, a restaurant called Wing King was looking into doing this, and it was like, whoa, this is really taboo. So usually these big conglomerate fucking places are a lot slower to follow the trend. I mean, look at fucking In-N-Out. They don't even have bacon. Are you kidding me? Living in the past, fucking 1930s. Oh, we make fucking fresh milkshakes. What, so? The fuck what? I want a little thing called pork fat on my burger. You dumb religious idiots. Jesus Christ. Speaking of that, In-N-Out would never fucking do this. Wheat burgers, I don't think they would ever do it. But I'm thinking about what would be a good thing to put fucking cannabis-infused shit on. Thinking about junk food, right? You want to put cannabis in food? I'm not a weed smoker at all. Never really have been. Maybe in my much younger days, but it really doesn't do anything for me. I don't care for it. But if I was a weed smoker, I would be looking for some fucking cannabis-infused Taco Bell, cannabis-infused Doritos, cannabis-infused Wiener Schnitzel. If you guys have that where you are you fucking kidding me? And then, once you've had a long weekend of beer drinking, cannabis-infused beer, and you want to fucking eat something light, boom, cannabis-infused Subway sandwich. Fucking changing the game right now. But we're going to start with Carl's Jr. because that's all we can do. You got to start with Carl's Jr., then you can go up to fucking Carl and figure it out how you're going to do that shit. So, Carl's Jr. is testing out a cannabis burger to stay at the forefront of the CBD trend. Now, I feel like I got ripped off the other day. One time, I went to this weed store or whatever. It was right. I didn't go there because I cared about weed. All right, it was right next door to like a party, like a clubhouse. I don't know how to explain it. It was right next door to this fucking little party house area. It wasn't a house. It's like a business, but they made it like a house. So when people from this fucking club or whatever, think about it like a biker club. When people come from out of town, they come to this little house club thing and they sit in there, and the fucking building right next to it is a weed thing. So I went in there and they gave me a bunch of free CBD cream and rubbed it on my knees and rubbed it on my elbows. And they're like, so you're not going to buy anything? And I was like, fuck. Oh no, I have to buy something. What's the cheapest thing that has CBD? So I got these little suckers. Ate the suckers. One of them. Didn't feel any relief on my joints. But I also feel like the CBD industry, that's got to be one of the easiest fucking industries to be like a hustler in, right? Because you might not even have CBD in your shit. That's got to be one of the, probably right now, probably super fucking counterfeited. And I say that because it's already, it may be really regulated, but is it really that regulated? You know what I mean? You sell some fake fucking CBD over the counter, you just don't mark it out of your inventory, you sell it out of your backpack or something, boom. You just sold some fucking Icy Hot with some salt pellets in it, and boom. You made an extra $50 for a tiny amount of shit. I don't know, we're way off topic here. The chain said on Wednesday that it will sell the Rocky Mountain High Cheeseburger Delight Burger at one location in Denver, Colorado. One location for just one day? I thought it was going to be all over the place. Okay. Answer me this, guys. It's not Carl's Jr. doing this. It's just one fucking place doing it. If it was Carl's Jr. doing it, they would do it in all major cities. The burger features a sauce infused with CBD or cannabidiol, a non-psychoactive hemp derivative. Though the promotion is limited, it's not a stunt. The burger chain is using the test to determine whether a CBD burger belongs on its permanent menu, said Patty Trevino, Senior Vice President of Brand Marketing for Carl's Jr. Okay, let me tell you guys this too. I'm going to think outside the box because that's what I do. Now, in my experience, CBD oil is pretty expensive, right? Also, in my experience, people working at Carl's Jr., not the most trustworthy. Okay? So I'm just saying, you get these guys making $8 an hour, you put fucking $2,000 worth of barbecue sauce next to them, and, one thing happens to another, and suddenly the barbecue sauce is missing, and fucking nobody knows what happened because nobody was looking. I feel like that could possibly be a thing, okay? Because I knew someone who worked at Subway that got fired for stealing cheese. Fired for stealing cheese, and that's Subway. And guess what cheese doesn't do? It doesn't help your joints. Doesn't help anything. I mean, it helps your mouth taste really good. But I think it even fucks up your ability to take a shit. and people are stealing that. So imagine, it's almost like just having, also, don't they say that CBD like helps cancer and shit? You got a cure for cancer just sitting right next to you. You're wearing your fucking paper hat. Will you have fries with that? No, you're going to take that fucking cancer cure and skip town. You're going to be ingesting barbecue sauce into your veins, becoming a fucking superhuman. CBD man. And it all started with Carl's Jr. making an irresponsible mistake. Just don't understand it. It is something that feels right for the brand, she told CNN Business. We're all about innovation. Food, beverage, and other consumer goods companies have been trying to figure out how to capitalize on growing interest in ingredients like CBD. Consumers are increasingly seeking products that offer an extra something, like increased energy or better gut health. Okay, so here's my thing. Back in the day, Coca-Cola sprinkles a little cocaine in it. Suddenly it's fucking, big fucking, nobody wants that. Now they're making fucking weed sauce and it's where they're praising it. You know what, dude? Legalize everything. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I believe that at all. There's a lot of people that really seriously believe that if you legalize everything, I think Joe Rogan's one of those guys. If you legalized everything and taxed it and regulated it, that way you could have people going out there doing cocaine and maybe not heroin, but let's say meth or something. They're already doing, what's that meth they give kids or whatever, Adderall or something like that? Yeah, so you give some guy some meth or whatever, and then he flies your airplane, but he's only allowed to have a certain amount, and then maybe everything's cool. I don't know. Maybe it is. But I think Carl's Jr., I think this is a good thing, right? But I feel like Carl's Jr., you know what it is? This is actually a great power play because this is going to build a ton of hype around Carl's Jr. And guess what? Okay, I just figured it out. Okay, I'm about to fucking blow the lid off this whole thing. Listen up. Grab a pen and paper. Okay, Carl's Jr. knows that people who fuck with CBD, a lot of the time they smoke weed. Carl's Jr. also knows sometimes people who smoke weed, they don't really pay attention to all the instructions. Maybe they got a little lazy one day and maybe they just heard Carl's Jr. had CBD infused sauce and they just thought they would go check it out on 420 and they went there and then lo and behold, Carl's Jr. tricked all of them and said, that's only in Denver, Colorado, you fucking idiot, weed smoking dumb shit. But guess what? We do have the double bacon farm raised cheeseburger right now. You're already here, aren't you? And you brought a couple of doobies with you? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Sonny. You go down, you eat one, you go back, you stand next to the old dumpster, you smoke your fucking doobie, you eat your Carl's Jr., and they make millions of dollars on that one fucking day. Did anyone think of this? Am I the only one that thought of this? They're just ripping off people. I'm sweating thinking about it. I need some CBD. I need some Carl's Jr., goddammit. It's working on me. I don't even smoke weed. That's what I'm going to be doing on 420. I'm going to be... Okay, here's this. Use your... what's that fucking shit that listens to all your phone calls and shit? FBI, NSA. NSA, if you're listening, track everybody's phones. Email me tomorrow. Let me know how many people have flocked at a Carl's Jr. dumpster tomorrow. Let me know. Email me. It's steve@notnsa.net. So let me know, NSA. And if I'm right, then maybe somebody deserves a 6, maybe 7-figure job at the NSA. I don't know. Let's read the fucking article. We are way off topic today. I've been so scatterbrained. During the pre-show today, I was looking at the chat, reading the chat, and I looked at my phone to check Instagram, and someone asked me a question on Instagram, and I looked right at the camera and started answering it, thinking that it was coming from the chat. Why? Because I can't fucking think. Why? Because fucking cannabinoids going through the air, fucking up my brains, making me dumb like you guys. Jesus Christ. Also, please no one get mad at that. Every time I make a joke about weed people being in any way impaired, I get a bunch of fucking people on the Discord and in my inbox clicking away. Fucking it doesn't really make you bad at anything, right? I smoked weed in high school one time and I used to get a B, but then I got an A the one time I smoked weed, so there. Fuck you. God damn it. No one cares. I'm making jokes. Carl's Jr. is hoping to please their customers. It's also chasing the future Carl's Jr. customers that are younger. You got to get them while they're young. When it comes to weed, they're more open to different flavors of products as well as benefits trendy ingredients may offer. The chain first decided to explore CBD in January after introducing a product based on another trend. What was that? A plant-based alternative to its signature burger in partnership with Beyond Meat? You telling me a meat chain is gonna fucking denounce their own kind by serving non-meat? Actually, the place here, Wing King, does that too. They have a vegan chicken wing. How do you do that? I have no fucking idea, but a lot of people have had it and they said it's good. They also have a vegan burger that when you bite it, it bleeds because they inject it with beet juice. Like they're Dwight from The Office. But I went there with a vegetarian friend, and he ate it, and he was like, fuck, dude, I think they gave me a real burger. And I was looking at it, I was like, oh, damn, like, we'll ask him. And turns out they gave him the correct burger. It just looks so real and tastes so real that it worked out. I was sitting down with our head chef, Owen Klein, smoking a blunt, and we were talking about trends. We looked at ourselves and said, you know what, let's try the CBD shit. Past that shit. CBD is an attractive, okay, whatever. We all know what it is. Because Carl's Jr. decided to test in just one location on one day. It was able to bring a product to customers very quickly. The chain partnered with Bluebird Botanicals, a Colorado-based company that sells CBD oils and capsules for the test. Bluebird Botanicals just had the greatest day of their life. Whoever made that sale is now a fucking millionaire. Good for you. Let me know in a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube or Podbean or whatever. What do you think about CBD? And I'm curious to see how this turned out. Because by the time you guys watch this when it comes out on YouTube, we will already know the results. It's going to be like, oh, Carl's Jr. sold 9 billion fucking weed burgers. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened since adding cheese to meat. So speaking of meat, PETA offered a $5,000 reward to catch suspects who threw poisoned meat into backyards. Now, PETA, I don't think I fuck with PETA so much, but this is nice. This is a nice thing to do. PETA's given $5,000 to catch these scumbags. And the thing about kids doing pranks, because that's probably what this is, kids were doing pranks where they're throwing this meat into the backyards of dogs, and then dogs eat it and then have a violent seizure and then die. We talked about this, I think, if not last week, we talked about it the week before last. Think about kids that are doing fucking evil shit. A lot of times it's like more than one, okay? You gotta double trouble because one kid's usually too scared to do it. So you gotta double trouble it. And there's usually one kid who's the mastermind, one kid who's really doing it, and the other kid's usually like the lookout. Best way to get that fucking kid to snitch is to offer him $5,000 from PETA. Okay, he's going out there. He's thinking, oh, $5,000. What can I do with that? I mean, hey, 13 million would be a lot better. But for $5,000 and you're a fucking 16-year-old kid, that's an insane amount of money. I think the kid's gonna snitch. We'll quickly get through this. It was offering a reward up to $5,000. Why do they say shit like this? Okay, am I the only one that's so cynical that when I read PETA said it was offering a reward up to $5,000. Why only up to? Like, it could be up to between $1,000 and $5,000? Like, hey, here's the guy that did it. Here's where they live. Here's the ingredients they got. Here's where they got them. And here's video proof. I'm going to give you about $40, okay? Because I just said it was going to be up to $5,000. Fuck you, PETA. Why is it up to $5,000? Why is it not a $5,000 reward? You know what I'm saying? Cruelty to animal charges on several dogs. It should be more than cruelty to animals, right? There's no crime against, like, murdering animals. I feel so stupid that I just said that out loud. I guess it's cruelty to animals, yeah. Well, what are the levels, I wonder? I wonder if there's a difference between, like, punching a dog and stabbing a dog. I wonder if there's different, maybe you can get up to 1 year in prison, but maybe if you punch them, you only get, like, a month. If you stab them, you get 9 months. If you throw poison meat to multiple dogs, I hope they spend a lot of time in jail, whoever did this shit. Oh, boy. So, yeah, this guy's killed a bunch of different dogs with meat. And you know what? If it was up to me, if I was the private eye, I would go back on the day it happened and look at fucking Smith's to see. Because this meat, to me, it looks like the type of meat that goes on sale. You can buy that big roast for like $4. And if you're going to go kill a dog, you're not going to buy a fucking New York steak. You're not going to buy no prime rib. You're going to buy some bullshit cut of meat. It's a dog, and you're going to put rat poison in it or whatever they did. Or poisonous seeds. So you go back, you could take the closest location of whatever meat place had a deal, look up that cut of meat, follow the cameras, boom, you got them. Look for a tweaker, look for maybe 2 guys doing it, Bonnie and Clyde of animal murders. By the way, I watched the movie about Bonnie and Clyde on Netflix. That shit sucked balls. Anyways, I hope these guys serve a bunch of fucking time in jail. We already talked about this last week, so I'm not going to ramble about it too long. But thank you, PETA, for offering $5,000. Pretty much everything else you do is pretty lame to me. Every time I hear about PETA in the news, it's them doing some dumb shit. Now, this is a fucking gnarly story, guys. 3 Las Vegas teens conspired in robberies and dumped a man in the desert. I'm going to just start reading. 3 juveniles were involved in an elaborate robbery scheme that involved driving a man out to the desert and having him run for his life. Baldonaldo Gutierrez. Baldonaldo Gutierrez. Okay, first off, I'm going to completely change the subject now. I've talked about this several times in the past, and it's really fucking... every murder that happens because of some parent naming their kid some dumbass shit, and there's no one who's ever held accountable. You name your kid some dumb shit, and then they end up being a dumb, crazy kid. I just feel like, at some point we have to hold accountable. It's like, why would you personally want your kid to grow up and be bullied? Like, hey, I named my kid Captain Falcon. Why? The fuck would you do that? Oh, man, I met my chick on Tinder while I was playing Smash Brothers. Okay, so your kid's name is Captain Falcon Jones. Okay, well, your kid's definitely gonna get his fucking ass beat for the rest of his life because you wanted to make a funny joke. Like, fuck, what the fuck? Baldonaldo. Can you imagine the names? I don't even know Spanish, but there's probably so many fucking hilarious Spanish jokes that you can rhyme with Baldonaldo. Baldonaldo sombrero. Fucking idiot. Baldonaldo Gutierrez faces multiple charges in the incident, including robbery, battery with a deadly weapon, assault with a deadly weapon, kidnapping. He conspired to commit 2 other robberies in February. The first robbery on February 2nd at approximately 8:34 p.m. Metro police were called to a strong-arm robbery near Pecos and Las Vegas Boulevard. The victim told officers he was at Roberto's taco shop. Delicious. Meeting with a girl he said he knew, but he wouldn't say her name. A friend of hers showed up and asked them both to go outside. When the victim went outside, he said 2 Hispanic juveniles approached him and pushed him to the ground, kicking him in the head and face. The victim said the juveniles took his backpack with about $500 inside. Now, when you read this, every one of you guys right now should know that this was a drug deal gone bad because no one carries $500 in their backpack and then goes to Roberto's to get a $1.50 bean and cheese burrito. The second robbery on February 13th, basically what I mean by that is this is a completely set up, targeted fucking robbery, if you guys couldn't read through the lines right here. In the second robbery on February 13th at approximately 2:11, police responded to a gas station at 7121 East Lake Mead Boulevard in reference to a kidnapping call. Police found an adult male wrapped in a gray blanket. The man, identified by the name Angel, and police records told police he started talking to a female using the screen name China, pronounced Gina, in January. The night before he went to meet her, the victim received an instant message requesting to meet for the first time. So this is some type of fucking Tinder scheme. The arrest report stated Angel went to the same Roberto's, they live nearby, to meet with her at about 10:30 p.m. The female got into his vehicle and she said they could get marijuana from her friends. She told him to drive to Woodlawn Cemetery, north of downtown Las Vegas. At the cemetery, the man told police he saw 2 men standing in the dark. China told the victim to get the marijuana from those men. And he said, no, it's legal here. Why would I do that? I don't want to do that. So China motioned for the men to approach the car. Mira. According to the arrest report, the shorter male went to the driver's side door while the taller male, later identified as Gutierrez, went to the passenger side. Gutierrez pointed a firearm at the driver. So this is Baldonaldo, by the way. Pointed a firearm at the driver through the passenger side, demanding his wallet, keys, and cell phone, according to the arrest report. The shorter male ordered Angel out of the car. Once outside, the victim was approached by Gutierrez with the firearm, according to detectives. The victim was pistol whipped by Gutierrez when he was reluctant to hand over his belongings, according to the report. He then handed over his wallet, cell phone, and keys. The juveniles ordered Angel to get into the trunk of his car. So this is some shit straight out of fucking Casino or Goodfellas. I always get those confused. One of the passengers in the car opened the rear seat compartment inside the vehicle so that the suspects could see the man in the trunk. Gutierrez then drove the car, and China sat in the passenger front seat. The victim was ordered to unlock his phone. He began to comply, but the phone died. Oh my goodness. The suspects drove to a Walmart to purchase a phone charger, so they wanted this guy's phone for some reason. The female juvenile went inside to buy... Whoa, wait a minute. God, is this Gabby? Oh my, Elaine Emerson. Jesus Christ, something is spelled fucked up. The female juvenile went inside the buy the charger. The female juvenile went inside the buy the charger. The female juvenile went inside the buy the That's what it is. Went inside the buy the charger. While the male juveniles kept an eye on the victims inside the car, the report said the vehicle later pulled off the side of the road in the desert area near Lake Mead. Gutierrez gave Angel with a blanket from the trunk and ordered him to put it over his head. Gutierrez gave Angel with the blanket from the trunk and ordered him to put it over his head. Gave Angel with a blanket. Okay, maybe, I don't understand. Like, unacceptable. Gutierrez told the man he had 5 minutes to run into the desert before he'd start shooting. 5 minutes or 12 seconds? Because if you're running for 5 minutes in Las Vegas desert, you are out of sight. No one can see you at all. The man told police he began to run into the desert. He said he heard shots before the 5 minutes were up, so he hid behind some bushes and shrubs. Bushes and shrubs. After about a minute, the man began walking toward Lake Mead Boulevard, where he encountered a vehicle and convinced the driver to give him a ride, blah, blah, blah. An officer tried to stop a vehicle matching the description of Angel's car in Walmart parking lot. In Walmart parking lot. Not in a Walmart parking lot. At 201 North Nellis Boulevard, and the suspects fled on foot. An officer arrested the girl, who was later identified as China. China confirmed that she and Gutierrez planned the second robbery the day prior. According to police, Gutierrez told China to make sure the victim, quote, looks nice so I can take his shit. It says explicit, but it has to be the word shit. Looks nice so I can take his anus. It could be anything. I don't know. China said she was already messaging another man to lure him into being robbed again before police caught them. So she spilled the whole beans. China told police she initially felt bad about the incident, but stated that she would probably do it again because she enjoyed the thrill. Okay, well, that's nice that you snitch and you just get set free. That bitch should go to jail right now. The victim identified Gutierrez and the other juvenile in photo lineups, and they were both arrested February 25th. Here's the thing. This chick snitched on everyone. Everyone. Gutierrez was taken into custody with the help of CCSD police and was found with a backpack matching the description of the backpack in the first robbery and an iPhone matching the description of the phone stolen in the second robbery. So he is hopefully going to get charged as an adult. Gutierrez was listed as a juvenile, but was being tried as an adult. Thank you, psychic abilities. According to court records as of April 17th, CCSD confirmed Gutierrez was a student at Desert Pines High School during the 2018-2019 school year. The full names of Gutierrez's co-conspirators were not available because they were also juveniles. His court date is on April 18th. Now, it's a funny story. It's a cool story. Bottom line is, the girl snitched on everybody. Secondly, these guys aren't nearly as smart as they probably believe they are because they got caught on every single thing they did. I mean, everything listed here, I guess. Maybe we don't know the full extent of what they've done. But getting caught with the backpack and the phone from 2 different robberies on your person as you're arrested at the same time, feel like you're really fucking up here, you idiot. Also, this bitch, probably everything's in her phone. She might have not actually snitched, but probably worked something out to where they could look through her phone and they found out everything, and then she had to come clean. So it's just scary story. This kid was fucking 17. Looks like a normal kid. Doesn't look like a retard. Usually we do these little videos and shit, and the kid looks like a fucking idiot. But not this guy. Then again, my name's not Baldonaldo, so maybe maybe I've never experienced that type of anger in my life. Speaking of anger, gluten was found in 32% of restaurant food labeled gluten-free, study says. Now, I know a lot of people don't eat gluten because of their diet or whatever. They want to be on part of one of these trendy diets. But I know a lot of other people don't eat gluten food because they pretend they're allergic to it. So that's interesting to me that 1 out of 3 people should have felt some sort of food poisoning or gotten hives or shortness of breath. 1 out of 3 people eating at all these restaurants should have gotten fucked over, yet magically they probably didn't. Maybe we'll read that in the article. I don't know. Maybe that's what the article's about. But if they don't mention that in this article, then we can all rest assured that all of us, all the I told you so's out there, me, you, everyone out there who thinks that a lot of this shit is just kind of like a fake allergy so that you can get an excuse to just be special. Haven't we talked about that before? If in any way you can separate yourself from the group, people get this weird sort of like validation out of it. That's why everyone wants to be a victim of everything. Oh, my friend's friend died a few weeks ago. I have PTSD. Well, you never met that person. You don't know me. So it's them like, oh, I'm just sad today, man. Fucking my homie's dying. Who died? Forgot the name, but I just know. Or just like anything at all. Like people, the way they dress, their hair, skateboarders now. Hey, can you do any skate tricks? No, but I dress weird as fuck. Can I get sponsored? No. Well, I'm different than everyone. Yeah, but you don't have any skills that made you different. Ugh, fuck you, hater. Being a hater. So same thing with gluten. Hey, everybody want to sit down and have a nice Five Guys burger with some fries? Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, you're buying? I'm buying. Shit, I got paid today. Excuse me. I know you guys are all talking and I interrupted because I want to be, the center of attention right now. But I can't eat that. I need gluten-free. Okay, Rhonda, you can do that. You can get gluten-free. We're all going to go order together. So when you get gluten-free, you can be the... No. I can't even look at gluten. Everyone needs to get gluten-free because of me, and we need to have a conversation about it so that I can pretend I know about it. Okay, Rhonda, I just wanted to do something nice for my friends, buy them a meal or whatever. If you want to get gluten-free shit, you could close your eyes and not look at... No, don't you rape me! Don't you patronize me with gluten! God damn it! I'm not gonna sit here in this country and be raped by gluten just because you got paid. I feel like that could be a conversation that really happened. I would be great at fucking improv. Let's read the article. A new study found that 32% of restaurant foods labeled gluten-free actually contain gluten. Interesting. The study, conducted by the American Journal of Gastroenterology, tested 5,624 foods over an 18-month period. The rates of gluten detection differed by time of meal, with 34% of dinner foods labeled gluten-free contained gluten compared to 27% of breakfast foods. Interesting. The study does not list specific restaurants. Of course it doesn't. That would send these fucking weirdos into an all-out LA riot. The foods most likely to contain gluten that were labeled gluten-free were pizza and pasta. Gluten was found in 53% of gluten-free pizza and 50.8% of gluten-free pasta. Interesting. I still don't know what gluten is. The study concludes that a substantial portion of foods labeled gluten-free at restaurants often contain detectable gluten, raising a potential concern for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Now, if you really have that, you should have been getting fucked up pretty often, right? There should be people in and out of the ER every single day for gluten shit. I assume that it's not like that because a lot of these issues are grossly exaggerated. Now, again, I don't know shit about gluten, and I am sort of jumping on this hype train of hate on gluten people, the same way that I hate on vegans, and I hate on fucking snowflake generation, and I hate on it all. It's basically one just big pile of hate for people that can't just get over it, right? Now, if you have a real disease, I'm not telling you to just fucking get over it, all right? But shit happens, man. It happens. I've gotten in trouble at school for shit I didn't do. I had to get over it. Just had to go on with my life. Somehow, some way. I had to just keep on pushing. And you know what? If you eat pizza and it gives you a stomachache, don't fucking eat pizza. Okay? Don't tell me to fucking stop eating hamburgers because of me, motherfucker. Anyways. Dating app removes George Zimmerman, who killed Trayvon Martin in 2012, from their platforms. Now, I had a pretty strong stance on this, and I had told you guys this was way back when we didn't have the Friday podcast. I think we had Black Ninja Friday Live is what we called it. And I don't think it was on Twitch. I think it was on Justin TV. Or it might have even been on Ustream. But we followed this case pretty fucking closely. And we had many a debate about the Trayvon Martin issue. But now it seems that George Zimmerman is still in the news. He's been in the news a lot lately because of what happened. And I guess he had an issue with the domestic violence and something else, and I thought he was going to be in protective services, but I guess he's not. Now it looks like they're kicking him off dating apps, hopefully because he's being a fucking dick. All right, hopefully because he's out there showing his penis to everybody, or like making jokes that are unbecoming on such upholding websites such as Tinder. But I don't know. Are they allowed to just not let you on the website just because they kind of don't like you? George Zimmerman appears to be looking for a good time. Dating apps don't want any part of it. Okay, let's figure this out. Tinder recently removed Zimmerman, who killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in 2012, okay, from its platform. According to screen grabs of the profile obtained by Creative Loafing Tampa Bay, Zimmerman went by the alias Carter and claimed to be looking for carefree fun. That doesn't sound like that big of a deal. According to the bio, Carter was a self-employed consultant who attended Liberty University, who also happened to love outdoors, fishing, camping, hiking, and killing unarmed black kids. One of the screen grabs shows him shirtless and wearing sunglasses. Another shows him with a dog, and yet another shows him in a cap and gown. Okay, so he had a typical old person account. We take the safety of our users very seriously and acted appropriately once the profile was discovered. Tinder would not elaborate on why it removed Zimmerman's profile, but it said it reserved the right to remove any profile from its platform under the company's terms of use. Tinder lists impersonation as a violation of its policies. Okay, so because he had a fake name, he's not allowed on there. Okay, this isn't the first time Zimmerman has ventured into online dating. Bumble banned him from the platform in December. George Zimmerman was blocked and banned in December 2018 when we first discovered his profile, and we have blocked and banned him again after we were informed that he had created a new unverified profile. We have thousands of moderators working tirelessly with our users to make Bumble the safest and most empowering social networking platform, and this is another example of these efforts. So what's weird to me is you get these guys like Charles Manson in prison, and all it is a bunch of weirdos wanting to date them and have their kids and marry them. This guy goes out, commits a murder, one of the fucking biggest trials of the year, and he's fucking on Tinder? You know what? Then again, it's probably going to be a mixed bag with him, because it's either going to be maybe 80% of people that kind of want him to die and then 20% of people that want to bang him. In July 2013, a jury found Zimmerman not guilty of second-degree murder in the shooting death of Martin. Martin's death and subsequent verdict caused national outcry. If you guys don't remember this, then you must be pretty fucking young. Since then, Zimmerman has not kept a low profile. He was arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault and domestic violence in 2015. Though prosecutors decided not to file charges after the alleged victim backed off her claims. A year later, Zimmerman again sparked outrage when he attempted to auction off the gun that he used to kill Martin. That seems like something he would want to do. He would want to sell it. He doesn't want that to be a part of his life anymore. This is kind of a one-sided story here. Not that I'm taking this guy's side, but I don't know. Is that really sparking outrage when he wants to get rid of the gun? What's he supposed to do? I guess he could destroy it, right? But then I think that'd be illegal. I think he would fucking go to jail even more so. And then again, he's been pretty good at staying out of jail, so this guy might be the, I don't know, he just might be the Iron Man. Who's invincible? Superman? Iron Man? Jesus. He's the Jesus of our generation. He was accused of stalking a private investigator who had been hired by a production company that was working on a documentary about his life. I wonder if it was a chick. Well, I'm not outraged. The site has the ability to kick this guy off whenever they want, so they kicked him off. And I don't think they really need to have a reason. Because I know here in Nevada, you're allowed to kick somebody out of your store for pretty much any reason. I think, don't quote me on this because I could be wrong, as long as it's not like race, religion, sex, or something like that. But pretty much any other reason. You can kick somebody out of your store just by saying, I don't like you. Get out. I don't like your hair. I don't like your pants. Get out. Unless you're wearing the fucking magical holy pants of Shangri-La. Then you can make it into a religious thing, huh? I don't know. That's all the news I have today. Pretty good articles. That took a lot longer than I expected. I thought we would zip right through the news, but it's almost time for us to go. So we're going to try to really get through the next couple topics really quickly. And I'll save some for next week, I think. First, we have a trivia question. If you want to have a chance to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack and you live in America, sorry, people who don't live in America, it costs too much for me to send it. Okay? It's really cheap for me to send these out. It's a nice gesture for me to appreciate you guys for watching and me to appreciate your brains, the brain power that you possess, that you can win a free pack of these stickers sent directly to you. Now, the question here may be one of the easiest, probably the easiest trivia question I've ever asked. So get ready, and you're not going to need to Google this. Name four, name 4 books. The end. Just name 4 books. I was just talking about how smart you guys are, but if you can't name 4 books, then you lose. All you have to do is look around your room. And I'm not even going to be able to verify if they're real books or not. I'm just going to have to take your word for it. Whoever can name 4 books, I would hope that you named at least 1 book that I've heard of. How about that? One of the books has to be something I've heard of. Like something I read in high school. The Harry Potter series. That's not 4 books. That's 1 series. Harry Potter 1, Harry Potter 2. Nope, doesn't count. Hunger Games, Twilight, War and Peace, Harry Potter. Somebody's got to name me a real... Is there a book called Harry Potter, or does each one have a special name? Harry Potter. Everyone's just saying Harry Potter. Harry Potter's not a book, you fucking idiots. Unless there is a book called Harry Potter, which is about some guy's dick that's named Potter and has a bunch of hair on it. Joke for all the less mature people. Lord of Rings also isn't a book. Thank you, Lyocell, for being the true moderator of this. I like how difficult it is for people to name 4 books. Goosebumps, dictionary, cookbook, textbooks. Those are not books. Those are series of books. Hunger Games, Twilight, War and Peace, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Fucking Trainwreck is the winner. I can't believe that took so long for you guys to get that. Trainwreck, you are the new proud owner of a Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack. Get at me on Discord, and I will get you your prize sometime in the next 9 to 16 weeks. I'm kidding. I'll send it very soon. I can't believe that you guys couldn't get that shit. That's scary, right? That's scary for me to know that my viewers can't name books. Hunger Games might not even be a book still, too. That's what Lyocell is saying. Hunger Games might not even be a book. We're going to let it go because I don't want to... I'm losing a lot of fucking confidence in you guys. And I'm just going to pretend that everything's cool. Pretend that everything's cool. So the other day I went bowling, and a little bit embarrassing story about me. I've been bowling hundreds and hundreds of times, I feel like. I still don't understand how the score works. So I know a strike is 10 right off the bat, I think. Here's how I thought it worked. here's what I thought. I thought if you bowled a strike, if I bowled a strike and then I bowled a 9, I thought that it would be a strike plus 9 plus like 20 or something. Fuck, now that I think about it, I don't know how that works. And I thought a spare was like 20. But, fuck it. I don't even know why I brought this up as a topic. Anyways, we went bowling the other day, and they had this cool, like, app on the screen. So, usually where it shows you the score, your little digital pad that shows you the score. This one had, like, a little game on it. It had a camera. So you put your face on camera, and then every time you bowl, it makes like a funny face out of your face. It puts like a mustache on you. It throws like some hair on you. And it got me thinking, there's a lot of creative shit that could be done with bowling. A lot of creative things could be done with bowling. If you had your own bowling alley, that would be, maybe that's where my 13 million would go. Into some type of bowling technology where you could sync up the bowling to make it interact with other fun shit. Now, I don't have any ideas. I should have thought about this. But here's one. For every strike, you get to choose a song on the jukebox. You get to change everyone's song or something like that. Like if you pay a little extra. Or if for every strike, you get to lightly electrocute your friend. Or something like that. Or I don't know. I'm just going off it right now. Or maybe it could be like a game of skate. Or a game of horse, right? You bowl and so you hit 5 pins. Okay, the next guy has to either hit 5 or more. Or you could give him a reversal where you hit 1 pin and you make him have to hit like less than one pin or less, something like that. I don't know. I think there's a lot of cool shit. Or maybe involve beer or something, maybe beer pong, and maybe a game that involves both beer pong, flip cup, and bowling all at the same time with some sort of electrical unit somehow in it. Or dodgeball but with bowling, but you have giant metal shin pads. Oh my God, it's amazing the things we could come up with about bowling. So let me know in a comment below. Come up with some type of cool bowling side game. There has to be something out there. Something I haven't thought of. So yesterday I was skateboarding in my backyard. Some of you guys watched it live. And I realized that my back pain at some point in my life, either due to back pain or whatever catastrophic injury I am fucking going to endure one of these days, I'm gonna have to fucking stop skating hard. And that's a sad thought to deal with. And I know we have some old guys in our Twitch chat, our regulars, that have to deal with that. It's a sad thought. And it makes me wonder what the fuck I'm gonna do. Then again, when I think about YouTube, very few of my YouTube's fame, very few of my YouTube success comes from skateboarding. So I think to myself, hey, I could just maybe replace my skateboarding shit. Like, this is probably a couple years away, right? Maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3. Maybe I'll do it maybe I'll get a spine surgery and be great. But a couple years away, maybe I have to stop skateboarding so hard and maybe go become a fucking slappy skater, or a fucking make my mini ramp super mellow and become a boring mini ramp skater. But when that happens, I feel like maybe the worst thing, here's the thing. I'm not afraid to get a regular 9-to-5 job or whatever, because I can go repair slot machines. I can do security. I could find a lot of fun shit to do. But at all costs, I would prefer to try to avoid living my life like that. Having already lived like this for what, 5 years? I think I've been doing this full time. And it's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down. We had some great times, we had some low times. Right now, we're right in the middle. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling comfortable with it. But it makes me wonder about how fucked I'm going to be when I can't skate. What the fuck am I going to do? Like, what are you guys going to do? What are we going to do? We're just going to fucking talk about the news forever? I don't know. I think about that sometimes. And what really made it fucking pop up into my brain lately is because I had to take a break. I swear to God, I had to take a break every 3 minutes skating in the backyard because my back was hurting so much. I think I just need to get back into doing the stretches, do a bunch of stretches, do some little exercises, get my back to work. It all stems from a powerlifting injury fucking years and years and years ago, and it's never gone away, and I've never been fine. And it's always looming, right? It's always ready to get re-injured, my back. But now I don't even need to have an injury. It just slowly creeps in. It's like this burning pain to where if I don't lay down or sit down or find myself in a certain position, then I'm just slowly fucking dying from the inside out. It's terrible. So, I don't know. The question I was asking myself is it worth it for me to fucking... Summer's coming up, right? Summer's going to be here, and it's going to be a hot, hot, hot summer. And is it going to be worth it for me to fucking make myself suffer the way that I suffered last summer? Between my camera dying from the heat every 5 minutes, one of the days I came back, I got fucking like heat exhaustion, a heat stroke. I came home, I had like cold sweats. I shit my brains out, completely liquid, all liquid. Like nothing was weird about my diet. I just came home fucking sick. Like I couldn't think right. I couldn't think about shit. I was just fucked. And for what? So that I could learn fucking nollie shove it 5-0 for the 500 YouTube people that still care about skating. Fuck it. Maybe I'll just become a comedian. I don't know. Just wanted to run my my personal frustrations into your guys' heads for maybe some words of wisdom, maybe some words of advice, or maybe just some words of criticism. I really don't care that you just call me a fat lazy bitch. That's also very much welcomed here on the podcast, Stop Crying Poser. So with that, I bid you a good day. That's going to be all I have for today on the podcast. Stop Crying Poser. We went a little bit over time today because the news took longer than I expected, but you guys have been asking for longer podcasts, and every once in a while, I comply accidentally. If you showed up late and you want to rewatch the first half of this podcast, all you have to do is find it on YouTube, Podbean, or iTunes. It comes out on Sunday morning, right around 7 o'clock a.m. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah, everybody, because I do, again, want to shout out everyone who showed up live. I greatly appreciate you guys. And if you could help the podcast grow even a little bit, maybe tell a friend about the podcast. Maybe when you get a good episode that you like, go back, find the episode on YouTube and post it on your Facebook, something like that. Because without you guys spreading this via word of mouth, I don't see it really growing. I don't think a podcast is something that people just see and they go, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll give that completely obscure podcast starring no one that I know a shot. But when you guys say, hey, check out this guy, he's a skateboarder, but he's funny, I feel like that might help us grow. So thank you for tuning in live. Flawless Rhyme, Jesus Thinks I'm to Die For, Scootin' Ain't a Crime, Trainwreck, Lyocell, Kai the Psycho, Flawless Rhyme, Venus, Die Trap, and whoever is still here lurking. Don't forget, I have a pretty good lineup of videos, not only this week, but every week. If you guys are watching live, then you're going to see Ninja Review coming out tomorrow. If you're watching later, go back and watch Ninja Review because it's going to be a fucking doozy. There's a lot of yelling. There's a lot of rage. In fact, it was one of the first Ninja Reviews in over a year to get flagged to where it might not be suitable for advertisers, which is a fancy way to say demonetized. So the episode is so good that it's demonetized, which is basically the story of my fucking life. I hope you guys have a great week, a great weekend. Drink alcohol, but don't drink too much. If you want to smoke weed, do that. And just be safe so that you guys can join me again next week. And join me every day on Ninja Lifestyle. If you guys want to find me on Instagram, Black Ninja, LV. The LV stands for Las Vegas. If you guys want to find me on Facebook, just search Ninja Lifestyle. I want to shout out Venus Die Trap for donating $5 during the podcast. That will go towards me buying a pitcher of Rolling Rock later today. Thank you so much, Venus Die Trap. I am completely unworthy. And thank you to everyone who followed and helps us grow. So let's go ahead and play that motherfucking intro/outro. Carl's Jr., dude, I'm getting real fucking sick of you lying to us stoners, dude.